happening? What's happening, man? It's your Don.
It's Kareem.
This is the Think Twice Podcast. Twice with the two, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like and subscribe to the channel. Give y'all the story tonight. You dig? We'll talk about the time that the ATF, the U.S. Marshals, the narcotic officers, parole and probation came raided the club one night at Club
8-Ball.
Club 8-Ball on Chapatoulas.
Now, let me paint the scene for you before I go take you to 8-Ball. Like on a Friday or Saturday, Washington Avenue will be lit. You know, everybody's out there hustling, and even the females selling clothes and getting off from work, you know, things like that. Everybody drinking. The mood is cool, you know what I'm saying? Especially if it wasn't no beef, which it wasn't a whole lot during that time within the hood, you know what I'm saying? So everybody, we drinking. We used to get Grey Goose and Patron, like I still got my Patron now. And we used to call that Patroose. So we down there getting lit, you know what I'm saying? Keys out there drinking with us. Chinese might be out there drinking with us. Different little bros, you know, from the new side, though. Everybody just having a good time on the avenue before we about to go to the 8-Ball. You know, the 8-Ball, we all getting the 8-Ball and turn up. You dig?
Right.
But
before we go any further, let's shout out my homeboy, you know what I'm saying, from New Orleans.
yeah, Anatole call. He made the shirts for us. Uptown Legends.
Got his own, you know what I'm saying?
It's Popat. It's the label, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Anatole. Anatole Carter, man. Y'all check him out.
In the building.
Picture Town, 17.
Stand
you dig?
up.
That's who made the shirts for us.
So we always support black business. We gonna rock your gear. We gonna promote your music. Whatever you need us to do, just get at us, and we'll work that out.
Yeah.
Straight up.
So, back to the 8-Ball. This particular night, we going to 8-Ball. Everybody in there is deep. We having a good time. You know what I'm saying?
The Tom is in there.
The 17, you know, the 8-Ball is in the 12th wall. It's sitting in the 12th wall. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At the back of the 12th wall on Chapatoulas. It was a spot where not a lot of drama went on at the 8-Ball because a lot of police used to be in there, all around there. You know what I'm saying? But
this particular night, you know, everybody in that bitch partying, having a good time, little different hoods and shit like that. We have to look over to the door.
They have a bus pulling up. A big old school bus pulling up in front of the door. The police then blocked off all the exits and came in there deep. Parole officers, probation officers, marshals, man,
in the club, y'all.
Inside the 8-Ball.
In the club.
This club is packed full of people, right?
When they hit the lights, man, motherfucker was throwing everything.
Dope, coke, guns, pills, weed,
everything you can name, knives.
Was everywhere. They made everybody in the club sit down on the floor and cross their legs. Women, men, who don't matter. You was in there. Anybody that was in the 8-Ball during that time,
y'all give me the comments.
Y'all give me the comments. Y'all remember this happened. There was something monumental that happened in the 8-Ball, and we just happened to be in there that night. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
that what it was. That boy Tutu.
And Lil Ricky was sitting right next to us. The dudes out the Melt was sitting right next to us. You dig? And they didn't throw nothing out their pockets, but I seen they had coke, dope, guns. Man, this shit was around. I looked at Ricky. Ricky looked at us like, man, this fucked up. Which it was, because we thinking at the time, they finna give everybody in here charges with all these dope and these guns and pistols and crack everywhere in the club. People just throwing out their pockets. And, man, look, they was sweeping up piles of drugs and
I know they wasn't the club closed. They had
piles of guns and drugs because that's what it was around everybody.
So my cousin Sean had just come home from doing a little time, doing a bid, right?
Yeah, did like 6 flat, 5 flat, something like that.
He was on intensive parole.
So
he was like, man, he thought he about to ride off a show.
Man, them people came in there with a list of and everybody that was, you know, I ain't gonna say just Uptown was in there. Everybody used to go to the 8-Ball, but a lot of people Uptown was in there, and they came in there with lists, with niggas' names on the list. Put niggas on the bus and take them to jail. Rest in peace, Lil Iggy went to jail that night.
Yeah, Iggy. Teddy went to jail.
Teddy went to jail that night.
Midnight went to jail.
that night.
Couple dudes like the 12 ward, the 11 ward went to jail.
Yeah,
couple dudes like the 10 ward went to jail.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, man.
Somebody else at the know went too. I just can't remember. I just know Iggy went because Iggy was on the other side of us. The Tutu and Ricky was on this side of us.
I think they took Tutu and let Ricky go.
Something like that. Ricky remember. Ricky, you watching this, you remember, dog, that day, that night that they raided that 8-Ball. Who was in there that night?
Right. So my cousin Sean was on intensive parole, but when he right there, when you leave the dope, they had 2 ways to go. You can go to the bus, which means they popped you.
Yeah.
Or you can go this way. My cousin was like, man, fuck it, I ain't even tripping. I knew they got me. He went towards the bus.
He was on intensive parole.
The lady said, wait, where you going?
He said, I'm about to get on the bus.
He's like, nah,
you go that way.
Sean Raymond got the fucking
Shit,
got that. So you
we
waiting
didn't
on
fuss
us.
about it. Waiting on us. Shit, we thought Sean was gone. We knew. Look, you know when you on any kind of parole or probation, I don't know which one Teddy was on. Well, Teddy was on. They took Teddy to jail. Teddy was pissed off. I'll never forget that.
Yeah, he got out though.
Look, Iggy had went and did a long joke. They took him to jail. He went to jail that night. They came in the 8-ball. You dig? And we was all in there. Be Stupid, Journal. We took a picture. All us on the picture. Me, my brother, Be Stupid, Journal, Mike D, Shani, Monet, Coco, Teddy, Denard, a whole bunch of us on that picture, man. That night, you dig? We all took that picture.
And that was kind of weird because they took in the picture with Be Stupid and Jonelle on the same picture.
Yeah, but I was right behind them. It's Journal, Be Stupid, then me right behind them niggas, like throwing up the 3, you dig?
Yeah.
I remember that. I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that night was a night to remember because we could have easily just went to jail.
Yeah, easily.
Most people, like, we always thinking that when they come in here with these marshals and these jump out balls and narcotics, they finna give everybody charge in here because I'm telling y'all, you never seen nothing like this before.
Man, they had bundles of dope,
coke, crack,
pills,
blunts,
bags of weed,
bags of exos,
man,
guns, a few knives. I'm like, man, these people finna sink. They finna sock soul us in this.
They about to put it on everybody.
They about to put it on everybody.
But they ain't do that, dude. What they did was they wanted to get people that was on parole or probation. And they took them to jail.
Who that was we bought to the project because they ain't want to go to the car. Yodi.
Yeah.
Shout out to Yodi too. That night, Yodi watching somebody know Yodi. We bought Yodi home that night.
She didn't want to go to our car for whatever reason. I don't know what it was, but
she actually went back and got it, but she left with us that night back to the project. You know what I'm saying? It was a wild night that night. It's just memories that we have, and people that was in there, they really gonna remember this situation. It was just that night. Just imagine you partying your ass off.
The lights come on, boom.
And here come them dick
suckers. Here come them vests,
Here come them dick suckers.
Marshals, narcotics, Joint Task Force. They hate that bitch, man. I'm telling you, they had drugs. They ain't even worried about the drugs. That's the crazy part.
Nah.
You know?
They were picking up the guns, dude, and the knives and shit. They were picking that up, but you'll be amazed, like, you in this spot, and there's hundreds of people in here, and they got guns all over here, man. Buku people got guns in here.
I'm like, man.
You know?
That was a hell of a night.
That was a hell of a night, dude. Anybody that was there that night, they remember that. You know what I'm saying? Them people raided that thing and took a lot of people to jail, man. Like I said, they took Lil Iggy, rest in peace. They took Teddy. They took Midnight. They were going to take Chandrick. Shout out to Big Shine, but they ain't take him. He got lucky. His name wasn't on the list. You did, but... yeah, people, probation officers and parole officers actually came to the club.
I talked to Sean. I said, dog. I said, I wonder why they didn't take you. He's like, you know what I think, though? This is my personal, and I could be wrong, but I think that we was under federal investigation during that time, so they really ain't want to really fuck with that. Like, we gonna get him later.
Yeah, something like could have been that. Could have been that. Could have been that.
Y'all had y'all shot. We quit.
Yeah.
We beat y'all.
But back to our message. Y'all know our message already. You know what I'm saying? Hey, young fellas, start preparing for your future, man. The streets ain't where it's at, brother. I'm just letting you know that right now.
And it's coming from real street dudes.
The streets ain't where it's at. And the reason why I say the streets is not where it's at, I'm not saying don't do what you got to do to survive, but I'm saying at the end of the day, if you don't find a way out, it's a lose-lose situation.
You're going to lose, bro.
Like I said, you can stand on every code and follow every law and still get railroaded by them people. So that's a lose-lose situation if you ask me. And that happens to a lot of dudes all the time.
Get your trade, man. Learn your trade, master your craft, and start your own business.
If you got a skill, hone that. If you're good at something, get better at it.
We got uncles and brothers and kin folks and daddies who got skills. Yeah. Get up on them and learn that skill, man. Ain't nothing to it. Ain't nothing wrong with going to work, bro, coming home from a hard day's work. I'm just basically telling you this life of crime,
it only lasts a little time.
Do something else, bro.
Do something else, man. Get up out the game. Young ladies, start having more respect for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you young. Speak to the younger ladies. When you young,
right.
A guy come to your house smelling like weed and trying to carry a gun, man, you can't come here.
You can't come here, bro.
Set that standard for him. Pull your pants up. Be respectful.
Don't come over here twisting your head. Tell them, yeah, you're man.
All that. Now you can't come over here.
Not my dog.
Your ass back home. Get from over here, little boy.
Stank ass.
Stupid ass little boy. Stinky jive, stinky little boy. Get from around here.
Okay, fellas, but really, we have to just get our shit together and step our game up, bro, because we losing at alarming rates. And they take guys from the streets to tell y'all, look, bro, we've been there.
Oh, good news, too. Today, we incorporated our nonprofit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's called WAR, We Are Responsible, WAR. That's the acronym. We Are Responsible. You know what I'm saying? So the nonprofit going to be hidden. If you want to send donations, send it to Think Twice Podcast Cash App.
Right.
Twice with the 2.
And we'll put the link in the bio.
We'll put the link in the bio.
You dig? So that's just a quick little story for y'all when they raided the club, when everybody was in there, anybody around that time, like 2003. Maybe 2002 or 4, early 2000s. they can tell you they was in there that night and that shit was hectic.
That was a hectic situation.
That was wild. I ain't never been through that in my life nowhere. I ain't know the ATF could raid no club.
Yeah, they raided the club and bought a school bus in front of that junk.
They did.
Anybody out there, Melvin Thomas, Magnolia, Cali, that was in there that night, they remember that, and they probably gonna laugh at this video, but hey, we remember it, and we just bringing back old memories and old times that people probably forgot about, or it probably would die if we wouldn't talk about it. So, you know,
y'all like and subscribe to the channel, man.
Yeah.
Think twice with a 2. You know what I'm saying? Podcast. Like and subscribe. We got a gang of stories to tell y'all in the future.
Back!
We got a gang